Long time no speak. It's been a while. I know, I've been busy. Also, don't worry about my microphone setup. I'm working on getting a better handheld mic. I'll have a better setup when I go to college in a few weeks. But it's been a while since I've done these videos. Just life got in the way, meaning I was on vacation for 2 weeks and then I came home and then I was out of town for a couple of projects I had to do. I had to travel. I had a lot. But we're back. And I decided while I was driving back today, I was deciding on I need more of a video schedule than just a random post. Just one, to keep me accountable, and two, just so y'all know what to expect. So I think these podcast style videos that I'm doing are going to be every Sunday, just because Sundays make the most sense for me to be able to actually sit down and record, because Monday through Friday I'm really busy. Saturday I'm usually doing something, but Sundays after noon I'm usually pretty free. So yeah, that's just what I'm going to end up doing. However, let's get into today. I've had a lot of time to reflect, a lot of time to think about just my life and things that have been happening over the past couple of weeks, just because I have. And I've been doing a lot of solitary thinking about my future, about what I'm doing. And I was having a conversation with someone about what my gift is, or what our gift was, because everyone has a gift, obviously. And we were both we don't have a big gift. I'm not super good at a sport. I'm not super tall. I don't have a thing that's that stands out, you know? And I was just thinking, I've been thinking about that for a long time, because I was well, I think I know what my purpose is. My purpose was always just to help people, I feel, in any way possible. And I feel my purpose was to help people because of the gift I was given. And I always thought my gift was just able to make a lot of money. But after I've thought about it more, that's not what I think it is anymore. I think my gift is, I think I'm using my gift to make a lot of money. So it looks like my gift is to make a lot of money and be able to do it at a super young age. But I think my gift truly is more of my mindset, that literally I've met very few people that have the same mindset that I do. My dad, and that's it. And it's just, and I'm not saying I'm not special. I'm not trying to say I'm special or crazy cool or whatever, but my mindset is so radically different, and I put it into words. Was it last night? Either last night or the day before, I don't remember, but I put it in the words. It was a very long conversation, so I'm going to try to concise it down to 28 minutes, just because no one's going to watch an hour-long video of me talking, for one, and for two, I have to edit this. So I decided that my gift was my mindset. My mindset is literally the sole reason why I'm able to do what I am, why I'm as successful as I am, why at my age I'm able to do things that grown adults will never get to do, or just haven't done or can't do, or I have the freedoms I have because of the work I put in, because of my mindset. And my mindset has always been this way, but I never really locked it down till recently, the last couple of years. So the first thing about my whole the big thing, actually, the number one thing about my entire mindset that makes me, I guess, stand out or be able to be successful is, even in burnout, I still continue. So today, for example, I am so tired. I am exhausted. I just had a long past couple of days, and I had to drive home, and I was just tired. However, when I got home, the first thing I did was I sat at this computer. I got all of my work done. I got posts scheduled for all my clients. I continued to work on a website for a new client. I posted some things. I sent out emails. I did my work still, right? But what's really, really hard about it, and I think what helps shape my mindset, is my work that I do every day isn't required. Everything I do every day is not required. There is nothing that's laying out what I need to do every day. There's no set stepping stones of okay, today you're gonna do this, today you're gonna do that. So for instance, when I do work at my parents' store, I go in there, I have a checklist of what I need to get done. I just follow the checklist. I do exactly what was put into place for me by the boss or my parents, and I just follow it. That's what I do. I had a conversation with a friend. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's gonna know if he watches this. But me and him were talking, and he was just he was asking about everything I do, and I was giving him a rough rundown of all of it and what I do and how I do it, and he was saying how he wants to do more. He doesn't just want to sit here and work a job, or he in between classes he wants to have something to do, and he was looking into day trading and stocks and stuff. And I was talking to him about it a little bit. I do a little bit of I buy and hold. My dad is really big into trading, every day all day he trades, and he has an incredible batting average. It's pretty awesome. But I was talking to him about it, and I started to like explain what I did, and I was like, well, you can, do what I did. You can start a business. And he was like, well, where do I start? What do I do? And I explained, find a problem and solve it. And I went down a bunch of things you can do. And at the end of the conversation, he just said, yeah, my mindset, not his mindset, my mind just, it doesn't work that way. He said he likes having steps laid out for him rather than where I'm the complete opposite. I just like creating it. I like creating my own steps. And that's completely fine. If that's how your brain works, that's totally chill. It's just that we're hardwired different. And so that was the first thing that I was like, okay, so the fact that I'm able to stay super, super consistent, every day I have that consistent discipline that I talked about a couple of videos ago. And then on top of it, there's no book to what I'm doing. There's books about this is the basics of entrepreneurship. This is how money works. But there is no single book that says this is how you start your own business with this specific niche from the ground up in your general situation. But there's books for everything else. There's books for every degree on the planet. If you want to be a basket weaver, there's a book on it. Lawyer book, doctor book. There's books that teach you how to do all of it. I don't have that, and that's my own choice. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that not being an option is the reason I'm able to have this mindset, I think, and it's also why I'm so consistent, because I'm doing it for so long, and it's I don't know. It's just the way it is. Another thing that someone said to me recently, and if she watches this, she'll know it because she said it, and it made me kind of smile because her and I were having the conversation of what our gifts were, I guess. And she literally said, I make the impossible look possible. And that it made my heart flutter. Not in a boosting my ego kind of way, but more in I'm doing what I want to do. That's exactly what I'm trying to do every day. When I share this out on the internet, I want to make the impossible look possible. Because it is. There's no such thing as impossible. And I am literally walking, living, breathing proof. I am 19 years old. Turned 20 in 6 months. I turned 20 in 6 months. I am still a teenager. And I literally have made more in a year than most grown adults do. That's just the way it works. That's just how it is. That's how I am. And there's no oh, it was handed to him. Oh, he inherited a business. Oh, this, my parents have theirs. Yes, they have their business. I didn't inherit it though. They're still alive. They're still in there every single day. I wasn't given a bunch of money. I wasn't given a bunch of stocks. This was not given to me. I had guidance, yes, very, very incredibly strong guidance from my parents. But if I didn't get up every day and sit at this computer and make it happen, it wouldn't have happened. So it's there's no excuse, there's no reason to not be able to do what you want other than the fact that you're just too lazy or it's not that big of a priority. If you really want it, you wouldn't keep pushing it off. You wouldn't keep waiting. You wouldn't keep saying eventually, one day, I'm waiting. If you say I'm waiting blank, you don't want it that bad. You don't. I literally did not wait. There was no reason to wait. I did. I waited. I always knew I wanted to do something. I just didn't know what when it came to this. And it really sparked when I was 13. 10 is when I, actually, back even more, 9 is when I started editing videos for just fun. And then, I had my first YouTube phase, which is actually this YouTube channel. And those videos are not going to be ever posted. But anyways, I had my phase. And then 13 was really okay, hold on a minute. How can I turn this into forever wealth for my kids and my kids' kids and my kids' kids and my wife and stuff like that? And then 15 is when I pulled the trigger. And August will be 5 years. August will be 5 years since I did that. And I didn't lose anything. I opened and I started, and for a while there was no traction. It was depressing. It was upsetting. It was really hard. But that's why I started so young. Even now I'm so young. If I fail right now and I lose everything, I'm not even 20 years old yet. I have so much time to regain the ground and learn from what I did wrong. So it's every day you say I'm waiting to go all in on your dream, that's one day closer you have to failing at an old age and being screwed for the rest of your life. On that same token, there is no I'm too old. Like, if you think you're too old, you're wrong. Like, just start. Like, Colonel Sanders was 65 when he opened KFC. Guarantee you know what KFC is. If you don't know what KFC is, then I don't know what to tell you. Everyone knows what KFC is. Everyone's probably tried it. And he was 65 when he opened it, and now his family never has to work a day in their life again. So it's like there's no reason to wait. And I think the fact that she was able to say that I make the impossible look possible, that is exactly what I'm trying to prove. That's exactly what I'm trying to put into people's heads. Because, like, the difference between, I feel the difference between me and other, like, I'm not famous. Other entrepreneurs that are famous, I'm not. Maybe I will soon. The difference between me and them is they are all the same, like, they're all older, right? They're all older. They're all in their 40s or in their 50s. They're old, wrinkly. I'm kidding. If you're what, they're all old. They're all old. They're experienced. They look the part of, like, super successful entrepreneur, right? Like, Gary Vee is a huge example. He's not really like he's more like an influencer than an entrepreneur, but he talks about that a lot, about how, like, age is so not important. Even then, he's in his 40s. Or think of Robert Kiyosaki. I don't know how old he is, to be honest with you. Warren Buffett. I mean, all the big bigs. So, like, you know, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs is dead, but when he was alive, he was older when he passed away. Jeff Bezos, like, they're all old. All the known entrepreneurs, like, even like my parents, they're in their 40s. And, like, they're incredibly successful, but they're in their 40s. So it's like, I think what happens is when young people like me, or even, like, older folks, but more so young people like me, see that, and they're like, wow, like, I want to do that. That would be awesome if I could do that. But then they see, like, oh, they're in their 40s. And then they're like, well, if they're in their 40s, like, I'm not going to worry about that now. Right now, I'm going to worry about going out and partying every day or making stupid choices and putting myself further behind. And if you want to do that, do it. Like, I'm not going to try to stop you or control you and say that that's not smart. But what I will say is, because I didn't do that, I am years ahead of everyone. I'm years ahead of some people's parents because of it. And I know I'm being really bold right now and very, like, out there, but it's how it works. So, like, what I think what makes me stand out that's different than the others is that I am young. I am really young. I am 19 years old. I am so young. I have so much more life to experience, and I have so much more to learn. But on that same token, because these last, I guess I'll say 5 years, even though I've been, like, really, like, I started this entire journey when I was 9 years old, 10 years ago. I'll say the last 5 years is when it really started to click. The last 5 years, I took advantage of every waking second. There was never a second of my day where I was like if there was a thought in my head or an idea or something I wanted to do, I did it. I didn't wait. I didn't push it off. I have my priorities straight every day. Always have them straight. And I do what's most important to least important. 99% of the time, the most important thing is going to help me in the future. So it's like, I mean, I know I just said this, but, like, I am walking proof. Start right now. Start today. Like, as soon as you're done watching this video, I want you to start. And it's as easy as opening a notebook or a Google document and just word vomiting ideas down. You're not going to come up with a perfect idea, boom, first. This, what I'm doing with my company, was not my first idea. I dabbled in all kinds of crap. All kinds of stuff, because I didn't know what I wanted. Shoot, like, I'm still, like, evolving my business every day to new and different things. Like, I would have never imagined that I would be doing the things I'm doing today 5 years ago. So, like, open a document and just start. Like, why aren't you? Like, what is it costing you? It's costing some of your time. Time never stops. Your time is always being used. Every single second is another second you will never get back. So instead of doing something unproductive or doom scrolling or sleeping in till 11 a.m., like, get up and do it. And it all starts, just open a document and write down ideas. What are you passionate about? What problems need solved? And if you don't know, and if you say, I don't know what problems need solved, what problems do you have every day that aren't solved? guarantee you there's at least one problem you have every day that is not being solved. Solve the problem. And then someone's going to say, I don't know how to solve that problem. I can't afford it. I can't this. I can't that. Figure it out. This is a really extreme example, and it's really dumb and funny. But the biggest hustlers, the ones that will find a way no matter what, are drug addicts. Like, have you noticed? It's weird, right? Like, the people that are like hooked on drugs are somehow always able to be on drugs. Like, they have no money and somehow they're still tweaking in the corner, because they're not going to say, well, I guess I won't tweak out tonight. No, they're going to figure it out. Now, obviously that's a really weird example, but like, find a problem and solve it and figure it out. You can figure it out. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It is not going to be easy. And while you're starting whatever you want to start, you're going to be working a full-time job on top of it. I mean, shoot, it was just this year that I was able to officially stop working and be able to source myself my own income. It took me 4 years of working all the time on top of running a business and then going to school and then still attempting to have a social life. And it was around this year that I was able to finally source myself my own income while still keeping the business afloat. So it's not going to be easy, and you're going to have to do extreme measures. You're going to have to live on the edge for a little while. You're going to have to struggle. You are going to struggle before you get up here. The people that are up here were way down here. They were way at the bottom, but you didn't see it because there's no reason to show it. If you're down here, fake it till you make it. You look calm, cool, collected on the outside. You look great. And on the inside, you could be a burning fire. But that does not matter. If you keep your composure, every day is going to get a little better. And before you know it, that fake it till you make it is going to be you making it. And you're going to be up there. I'm not here yet. I'm still like here. But it's way better than way down here because I just started. And to circle back around to what she said of how I make the impossible look possible, that is exactly what I'm trying to prove with my everyday life, with my business. And people still don't understand. They don't get it. They don't understand what I'm doing. One more example before I wrap this up, because I didn't really have a specific topic I wanted to talk about today. I just really wanted to talk about that conversation I had with her about, like, you know, like what is our gifts, and at the end I'll say what my conclusion was for mine. But an example of how, like, people still don't understand what I'm doing because of my age, which I think should be even more proof of why you can do it. At the beginning of the school year, my first year of college, I was like a little unsure why I was there, just because like I knew what I want to do. It's what I'm doing now. But I was changing my degree because I was like, this degree, it doesn't match what I'm doing. And even then, that degree that I changed to didn't match. And then I changed again to my current degree, which is marketing. And even then, it's just like, it's teaching me how to work. I don't know. That doesn't matter. Anyway, so I was changing my degree, and one of my professors was like, hey, I think we should meet up for lunch and talk about... My video just ended behind me, and it scared me, and now it's going to play one of my live streams. Anyways, my professor was like, hey, we should meet up for lunch and like talk about this. So we did, and I was explaining why I'm changing my degree, and I was explaining what I do and my whole background with my parents, and I gave him almost my entire life story and I explained everything about it. And after I talked about like everything and what I'm doing, he literally looks at me and goes, so how is this new degree going to land you a job? And I looked at him and I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? I just gave you this whole backstory and on my life and all these things of what I am doing with my life, and just can't wrap his head around it. And the thing is, very few people can. Like a lot of people, like even people that know about my business, whenever I talk to them, they call it, oh, how's your side hustle? And I'm like, it's not. And honestly, like I kind of enjoy it. I like the fact that people think of me in that way. They're like, oh, you know, he's still young. Like, they're like, that's not real. It's unrealistic because their approval of what I'm doing or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change what I'm doing. I'm still tunnel vision on my goals. I'm locked in and focused, and I think that's a huge thing. You can't get rattled. You can't get frazzled in the head. You got to stay locked in no matter what people say to you. I mean, every day I get some kind of negative comment from either a friend or not a friend, or something happens where they're just trying to like tear me down, and I'm just like, if they're tearing me down, they're doing worse than me. And if you're tearing other people down, you're doing worse than them. I'm not gonna like try to be nice about it. If you're tearing a person down for doing what they love or for trying their best, you're doing worse than they are. You will never, ever, ever, ever go to the gym and work out and have a person that's in shape and look good make fun of you. The people that are gonna make fun of you and put you down are the ones that are out of shape and are not doing well in the gym. Or if you start posting content, the only people that are gonna clown on you are the ones that aren't creating content and putting themselves out there and hiding behind their screen thinking they're doing something. If you start a business, the only people that are going to clown on you for are the ones that couldn't even do it if they tried. I've been clowned on 100 times a week by all kinds of people about the things that I'm doing with my business and how I'm doing it, and they couldn't even do this if they tried. They couldn't do this if they tried, for one, and for two, they aren't where I am. I'm better off than they are mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, every way. Because a mindset is more than just business. Having this mindset that I have and I'm trying to instill in you guys is going to help you in every aspect of your life. Every single aspect of your life. So it's just that, I guess. All of that. Now, the conclusion that I ended up coming to with what my gift was, other than like my mindset, was just my inspiration. I don't think we ever like fully like locked it into one thing. Like for instance, like if you ask a D1 football player what's their gift, they're going to say, I play football. If you ask a super smart person that does math, I'm good at math. Like I don't have anything that's like I'm good at a blank. Like I have things like I can play 9 instruments. That's obviously a gift. Like I have other gifts, but like my big one that I'm gonna pursue, I would say, is my mindset. My gift that I am gonna pursue is my mindset. If I did not have my mindset, I would not be where I was today. Not even close. Not even a little bit. Because my mindset is the reason I get up every day, I make my bed, I brush my teeth, I floss, I shower, I make a good breakfast, I go to the gym 5 days a week, I do my work no matter what, I grow, I move the needle 1% every single day. And you can do that with other things than just owning a business. There's so much that you can have this mindset for. Like, if you're a runner, have that mindset and put it in the running. If you are really good at freaking math, dude, use this mindset, be good at math. Become an engineer, doctor, data scientist. But you got to fix this mindset that everyone has nowadays of playing victim. Like, no one's going to come save you. No one's just going to come pick you up. There's not going to be a prince at your door tomorrow with all this money and going to do something great. And if there is, please let me know, because I want to meet you. But it's just not. So rather than playing victim and pulling the card of, oh, I'm still young, just start today. Because starting today is going to allow you to be free a lot sooner for the rest of your life. A lot sooner. And if you want to not, and you want to continue to be young and dumb, go for it. However, it's going to take you a lot longer to get where you want to be in life. And that's okay. I am not going to tell anyone how to live their life. I'm just going to preach how I do mine, and I'm going to show the benefits of it. Because literally the only downside to doing what I'm doing is I'm not having fun now. I'm saving the fun for later. It's kind of like you save dessert for last. I'm saving the fun for the rest of my life rather than having fun now and then having to work for my entire life. I'd rather work every day for about 10 years, 10, 15 years, not get to have as much fun as everyone else is right now, but in those 10 to 15 years when everyone else is having to work, live paycheck to paycheck, worry about all these things, I'm going to be having fun. Me and my family, me, my wife, and my kids. But again, this mindset I have does not have to be strictly entrepreneurship. You can use it in any aspect of your life. And I urge you to just try. And I'm going to do a different video probably at some point this week, just trying to like really narrow down what my mindset is. I'm going to have to like script that one out because my mindset is such an abstract thing to me, obviously. I'm going to have to really script it out of how I want to say it and what I want to do. So like if you want this, I can help instill it in you. And like I've seen like some example, okay, like this is dumb, but I don't ever name drop in these just because I don't want to, because I don't want them to like, I don't know, it just feels wrong. But like I have a friend who, since her and I started talking, she makes her bed now every day. Small things like that. She's gonna know when she watches this. It's about her, but she makes her bed every day. That's just a thing that I've instilled. There's so much more I can, but that's just a small thing. But yes, start today. and just fix your mindset. Don't play victim. I'll see you guys next Sunday.